South governors have made 6 point demands from the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, and one of their demands is they're asking for restructuring. Please continue to watch as we give you the full details. Hello to you. Welcome to our channel. So, at the just concluded South governors meeting with the federal government, the South governors have made the following demands. One of the demands is restructuring of Nigeria. Second is relocation of the headquarters of major oil companies, NNPC subsidiaries back to South. Thirdly, the reconstruction and rehabilitation of the seaport in Port Harcourt, Calabar, and Warri. Fourth is the privatization of Port Harcourt and Warri refineries. Fifth is NDDC will no longer carry out projects in South without consulting governors of the region. And the sixth is the immediate implementation of the consent judgment entered in the Supreme Court suit of SC 964/2016. This is to enable the South region get its share of 55 billion shortfalls of collection on deep offshore and inland basin production sharing contracts. In attendance for this meeting was all the South governors, Godswill Abio, the Minister of Niger Delta, Timi Silva, Minister of State for Petroleum, Godijedi Agba, Minister of State Power, Festus Keyamo, Minister of State for Niger Delta, Osage Enani Ehami, Minister of Health. And also the Minister of Information was in attendance, Lai Mohammed. So far, there's nothing wrong with the demands from the Niger Delta governors. It's a good thing for them to make such demand. But in my own thinking, I'm just asking anyway, and I'm going to tell you why I have to ask this question and also give my own view on this. Is it coming from a selfless place? Is it coming from the fact that they want to make something much better for their governed state, or is it politically motivated? Well, in my opinion, I would think the latter is the right one. Why did I say so? Let me explain. If I recall very well, I think at some point, the presidency came out with some ideas that will help to restructure the country, like the issue of the autonomy of the state legislatures. The governors kicked against it. So for this to be effective, definitely they have to pass a vote from the state legislatures to the National Assembly. But these governors made sure that it did not happen because they have power over their states legislatures. The governors fought against it. Yes, they make sure that this is not passed into law for their own words, interest. Because it means that when this is passed into law, the money for the state assembly will be coming straight from the federal allocation, no more from the state government. And the state government will not have power over their state House of Assembly. And they didn't want that. They want that control. They want to still be in charge. They want to be the one dictating what is going on. These governors simply did not want the independence of their state House of Assembly. They want to still be in charge. So now, when you're talking about restructuring, what is restructuring? It's just about distributing power evenly among different units of government. So before you come out to start making such demands, you should, first of all, think about in the sense that this thing will benefit your own House of Assembly. You didn't want it, but you're now wanting more power to be given to you. So if you ask me, these governors are just contradicting themselves. They simply want to just cause unnecessary attention for themselves. For them to also demand that NDDC should consult them before any job is carried out in their state. Is that really necessary? For all we know, NDDC is still under the federal government and it's an agency on its own. NDDC is directly under the supervision of the Secretary General of the Federation. I should think that the area they should look into in NDDC is the duplication of projects. Like in some instance, projects will be awarded to the state government, or rather the state government has awarded the project, and then NDDC will come again with that same project. I mean, there are things that needs to be taken care of in NDDC. I'm not saying that they are perfect. But for the governors deciding, it's not part of it, because for them to decide, that means the money, the allocation will come to them and then they will disburse. The issue here is that these governors, they are not happy, especially Wike, a PDP governor, the River State governor. He's not happy because he's not getting the piece of the pie from the federal government. The person who seems to be in charge of all the projects is Amechi. And of course, Amechi is using it to empower his own people. So he's not having it. So they have to come up with something to destabilize things or to cause problem. They're not doing it for anybody's interest, but for their own interest, like I said. So let's talk about the money they are getting every month. As South-South governors, or rather as oil-producing state governors, they are getting 13% derivation funds. Federal allocation, which is being disbursed based on the states, because I understand they share that money based on oil wells. States like Bayelsa, River State, Akwa Ibom, Delta State, these states are getting lots of money. So, but this money, does it really commensurate with the projects that they have done in their states? That's the thing. Let them manage the one that is being given to them first before they will now start demanding for more money. Yes, I understand there's a lot the federal government needs to do. In the South-South states where the oil is being produced, there's so much more the federal government needs to do. South-South needs to be developed very well. But to hand it over to the state government is not an option at all. I don't agree with that. That should actually be looked into. Federal government is not exonerated. They are not angels. Yes, there's a lot they need to do in Niger Delta, an oil-producing state. There should be more developments. Look at roads. Some roads have been there for years, been neglected, nothing. Yes, but I mean, we shouldn't go from pan to fire. We should be looking for a way that things will work better, not going backward. Because as far as I know, these state governors are just out for their own interest, not for the interest of anybody at all. So this is just my own view. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe and give us a thumbs up. And we'll see you next time on our next video. Bye.